The thing I loved the most about insurance was that it was scalable because not only can I come in and make a lot of money, but if I show other people to do what I'm doing, there's really like the sky is the limit. And my personality is like, I like to think big. Like I don't have to be the biggest, most successful person. That's not my goal. But if I have room to grow, like how exciting is that? Like I'm getting excited. I truly love this opportunity because I'm seeing it happen now with my agency where someone said at the convention I went to recently, if you learn how to sell and you teach yourself how to sell, you can make $100,000. If you show someone else how to sell, you can make multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you can teach someone else to teach someone else how to sell, you can make millions. I'm probably butchering that,
no, that's good.
But that's how this business is.
What's up? Welcome back to the CA Power Player Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins. Got an amazing interview in person. You guys know I love in person, man. Freaking excited for this one. Here's why. Okay, this individual is someone who did $250K her first year. Also, too, I'm going to be asking additional questions, extra content, behind the scenes questions that she doesn't know what I'm going to ask quite yet. That are a little intense, maybe emotional. We'll see. I'm going to save those for the extra edition of the podcast, which you can check out at castudios.tv. Also, if you haven't watched The Ultimate Agent, entire show we just launched it with live calls and coaching moments, all at castudios.tv. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do that. And early releases of the podcast. That's where you can check those out as well. This individual did $250K her first year. And then second year, she did $245K in the last 4 months of the year. Like 1 month, $83K, the next month, $79K. Ended up doing $425K her second full year. And then $620,000 in personal production in 12 months in her third year from Uplift Agencies. Please welcome back to the podcast, but the first time ever in person, Mallory Kroos.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you. Quite the resume, by the way. Oh my gosh. Did you know that like you were doing all that work just for this moment?
Right?
Yeah. Kind of crazy. Obviously, it probably feels a little surreal to hear that kind of stuff and, you know, for all the work you've put in.
It does. And we were talking, I can't believe I'm about to start my 5th year of insurance in January. I'm like, where has the time gone?
Yeah.
When I started, my daughter was 1, my son was 5. And just watching them grow up while my business grows up, it's like been like my third kid almost. So.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, time flies. I mean, it's been a ride, but I'm so thankful and it's been a journey.
Yeah, you should be proud to what you've accomplished in a short amount of time. Clearly, you've went to work. You mentioned something right before the podcast too. You said, hey, you know, because we were talking about the Ultimate Agent Challenge and agents doing 100K in 5 days, and you said it's amazing what people can do when they actually try.
Wow. Yeah.
You have tried.
I did just say that, but very impactful.
Yeah, it's really good. And you tried clearly, right? A lot. What did you do? Actually, before we go there, what allowed you to stand out amongst the sea of agents that are struggling and not doing well and do really well?
So what I tell agents that I'm working with now, because this year I've been focusing entirely on growing my team, mentoring people, really helping them get the success that I've had the past few years. What I tell them is what has made me stand out is consistency. And what I do now when I meet with agents is I get out a little note card. I have like a stack of note cards. I'm old school. And I say, all right, let's write down your schedule. What's your schedule going to be? And so we write down what their schedule is going to be Monday through Friday and then on Saturday. And something that I've said that kind of dawned on me, I said, if your local coffee shop kept the hours that you keep in your business, they're open for an hour, they close their doors for 30 minutes, they're open for 2 hours and they take a 3-hour break, would your coffee shop or laundromat or whatever business, I don't know, Target, whatever, would they turn a profit?
Probably not.
And they have to go, yeah, no. it's so simple. It's so in your face, but why do we overcomplicate it? So for me, it's been consistency of schedule, and then every day just going into the day, like, how can I win today? What's my win? And when you're an agent, the win is get a sale. One sale a day. One sale a day is a healthy business, right?
True.
There's a lot of things you can do in a day, but if you can, as an agent, make one sale a day, especially starting out, you've accomplished the objective. So I remember that was my goal every day when I started, because I had to put my daughter in daycare, obviously love my children. It was hard for me to do that. And so I was like, if my child's in daycare right now, my son was in school, but if my child's at daycare, I got to make this day worth it, because I could have been with her. So winning every day, trying to get that win. But I honestly, just to wrap that up, I honestly have showed up every day in my business the exact same, unless I have a trip with my family, or I'm here with you today.
Yeah.
Every day I show up, and people can bet money that I'm going to be on that Zoom 9 a.m. every day. It's awesome. Or 8:30, whatever.
Yeah. It's impressive. It's cool. Yeah. And two, I remember, it's funny you say like one sale a day. I remember the same thing. Like as a new agent, I was like, man, I got to get one sale a day. Because I had a manager that was like, hey, you want to make 6 figures? He's like, do the math. It's like $300 something a day. He's like, it ain't that much, but it takes consistency, the right schedule, right long period of time.
And if you've heard the saying, win the day, it's like you don't have to think about next week, next month, how to pay your bills. Just win today.
Yeah.
And how do you win today? Buy your leads, or if you already have them, dial them, and don't stop till you make a sale. That might be till 8 o'clock at night. You might get it at 11. I'm going to keep going, by the way. If I get a sale at 11, I'm not going to stop and take the day off.
Correct.
Some people do. But if you just focus on winning the day, maybe at first you're not making a sale a day, but I promise you, if you keep going with that mentality, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to make a sale a day.
Correct. 100%.
You're going to find a way.
Especially if that's the target.
Yeah. So consistency, that's what set me apart.
Makes it, it's very complicated, but you got to buy leads, you got to call them, and you got to make sales. You've made it too hard, Mallory.
Yeah.
You made it too hard.
You'd be surprised how many people get into insurance and they don't want to dial leads. And I'm like, what did you think this was? I'm literally like, that's what we do here.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know why they think that, like, I'm going to get in and someone's going to give me some secret way to make a bunch of money without having to do anything,
Yeah.
Once you figure that out, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay? We would probably not even listen to that.
That's the job. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. What did you do before insurance? Because you've only been doing it for a few years.
Yeah. So when I started in insurance, I was actually in my mid-30s. Don't do the math. I was in my mid-30s. I was feeling super behind in life. I definitely went through a couple years where I was like, I felt this restless feeling. I can still close my eyes and remember what it felt like I was meant for more, that I had a lot to give. But it was like every job, every career was always like a dead end for me. It was like a year and a half here, 2 years there, but a lot of it was like corporate sales. I worked for Amazon Local. It's a part of Amazon. We sold over the phone, so I like that.
Wow.
And it was basically like Groupon deals where you would call a local business. I would call up in Illinois, and then I would get them to do like a short-term deal, like a Groupon. I did that for like a year and a half. But there was a lot of corporate politics and stuff like that I wasn't into. Then I got into, so I've done a lot of sales. I started doing sales probably when I was about 26.
Okay.
So most of it was in-person sales. I got my degree in journalism. Before that, I got a degree in a master's in business administration that I'm finally using, which is great.
MBA.
Yes, I got one. I don't know why I got it, but I'm using it now, kind of.
So cool. Congrats. That's huge.
Yeah.
Man. So I mean, we need you to use, for at least for me, I don't know about for the audience, but we need you to not use too many big words today. Okay?
Don't worry.
Okay? I'm from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm from Louisiana. We talked about that.
That's right. That's
no
right.
big words.
Never mind. We'll be fine today.
It's hard for me to talk about my history because I did so many different things. They all kind of led me to where I am now. But what I can tell you is when I found life insurance, it was like a light went off and I was like, aha, this is it. This is it. I don't have a boss.
Okay.
I can make money quick. I can make a lot of money. I'm not just like capped, because in the other sales, it was like, once you started figuring out a way to make a lot of money, they're like, oh, we're going to change the commission plan.
Yes,
and I'm like,
always.
It's like that whole thing about the who moved my cheese? You know, you're in the maze, who moved my cheese? And so,
that's a book, right?
Yeah,
Sales book.
It's a sales book.
I just bought it on Amazon.
Oh, you
I haven't
did?
started reading it yet, though. That's funny.
Synchronicity.
Because
Yeah.
I'm reading 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Every day lately, because I'm like
Maybe I
trying to
need
get
to
back to
read it.
reading. So I set my timer for 10 minutes and then read, and I bought that book.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I started feeling that way, and I just kind of figured out what I didn't want in a career anymore. But the thing I loved the most about insurance was that it was scalable, because not only can I come in and make a lot of money, but if I show other people to do what I'm doing, there's really like the sky is the limit. And my personality is like, I like to think big. Like, I don't have to be the biggest, most successful person. That's not my goal. But if I have room to grow, like, how exciting is that? Like, I'm getting excited. I truly love this opportunity, because I'm seeing it happen now with my agency, where someone said at the convention I went to recently, if you teach someone, if you learn how to sell and you teach yourself how to sell, you can make $100,000. If you show someone else how to sell, you can make multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you can teach someone else to teach someone else how to sell, you can make millions. I'm probably butchering that.
No, that's good.
But that's how this business is. You teach yourself how to do it.
Yeah.
You teach one other or two other people how to do it. Then when you can teach them how to teach others how to do it, that's really where you're going to blow up. So that's kind of where I'm at now in the journey.
Yeah.
But you can't find that out there in basic America.
No. That's cool.
And
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So I feel like I was searching, and if you're listening right now and you feel restless and you feel like you're meant for more and you can't find that opportunity that's exciting you, life insurance is it, in my opinion.
Yeah. What or who, maybe it was an experience, maybe it was how you were raised, maybe it was being unsatisfied or frustrated, I don't know. What made you say, I'm going through these different sales positions, I'm in corporate America, I feel like I'm meant for more? Why? What was it about you that you were searching for that?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know. I guess sometimes I felt like I was a hamster on a wheel and I wasn't getting anywhere. And I want to look up from my efforts and say, wow, things are different today in my business or my financials, my life than they were 6 months ago because of the work I did. And how many people out there, they're working so hard every day, giving, sacrificing, etc., but you can't really say that you're different from last year, or your life's different, or your bank's different. And so I'm real big on, I think what drives me is growth. I don't need to be the biggest person out there. I don't need to be the richest person. I just need to grow from what I was last year and the year before. And I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And so what excites me is when I can see my growth, but also now when I see other people's growth. I think that's what we should be aiming for, is growth, not just like material riches. Like, don't get me wrong, we like nice stuff, but it's like, it's more of the growth aspect that I was looking for. And I feel like I found that in insurance. Yeah. I know I have.
Yeah, you definitely have. Yeah. There's a lot of questions I'll probably ask about personal growth, just because I do feel like you should always be striving to improve and be better in every area of your life, as a human being, no matter what you do, where you do it at. Who do you think you looked up to more as a kid, mother or father?
Oh my gosh, we're going here.
Yeah, just curious.
I don't want to pick between my parents.
If you had to.
No, I'm not doing that. They'll see this, and I'm.
Are they gonna watch it?
Maybe.
Hello, Mom
Someone
and Dad.
will send
Hello,
it to
Mom
them.
And Dad. Yeah.
I think the thing that I saw from my parents growing up that is inspiring is I watch my family kind of move up what's the word? Like, I saw their lifestyle get better, and it's a different time now. It's hard now to get, in today's world, it's not the 90s, right? I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. It's harder now to move, like we would move from one neighborhood to a better neighborhood to a better neighborhood over the years. And I find that inspiring to always be improving your life. I think it is harder now. Insurance is the answer. You can do that in insurance, just saying.
You can.
Plug. But I think that's the thing that I saw, and it was because my dad worked. My mom wasn't working at the time. She didn't really work at that time. But just the optimism that things can get better and that you can improve in your life, I think seeing that is like, that's what I expect now, is like for my life to get better, not to limit it. So I don't know if that answers your question.
No, but that's okay. No, just kidding. It was good. It was, I mean, who
inspired me?
Yeah.
That's such an interesting question, because I was thinking about this morning. So I must be meant to say this, but my grandfather, he's not with us anymore. He passed away a while back. But he was really inspiring to me. And something that he would always say to us is he would say, the sky's the limit. He would always say, the sky's the limit. And he would say to me, anything you want to do or be, you can do that. And when he told me that, no one had ever said that to me. Like, that wasn't popular talk back in like the 90s. Nobody was saying like these affirmation-y kind of stuff, in my opinion. But I remember him saying that, and something clicked in me like, wow, I really can do anything and be anything I want to be in this world. And he just had a really big, he thought big. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think too many people out there, I think too many people out there don't think big enough. We keep ourselves small, and I've struggled with that. Like, who me? I'm not enough. And the thing that I've learned in this journey is you become. It's not what you are today, it's what you're becoming, and it's a process. Cody Askins, who you are now, and your reach and impact isn't what you were year 1, year 2, but you become, and you're going to become so much more. And same for me. So I think people need to commit to the process of becoming and not limit themselves and think bigger. And he was really the first person that kind of got me in that frame of mind.
It's cool. It's really cool. I relate to that a lot. My grandfather was a pastor for like over 40 years at different churches. And I feel like God transferred his gift into me, and that's why I love speaking, but I was enamored watching him as a kid, church and, revivals and camp meetings and wherever else, and I was just enamored by that. And I always felt like, even as a kid, like, man, how cool would it be to be up there on the mic, like even at a young age, like I'm already thinking about that, right? Like, how old were you when you were being told this by your grandfather?
Oh man, I would say probably the age of 10 and in my teens. And he was an entrepreneur when he was younger. He took a lot of risks. He would tell us stories. He was a great family man. He had 7 kids. My dad's one of his, the second youngest child. And so, he thought, to have 7 kids, you're thinking big, but,
true that.
But he was an entrepreneur. And so
what do you do?
He did a lot of things. He did a lot of things, different things. But I think just the fact that I hadn't seen that a lot in my life, I hadn't seen a lot of entrepreneurship, because I would drive around my town and I never thought about who's the person that owns that business. That business was just there. Who's the person that opened that restaurant? Who opened that bookstore? How did JCPenney get started? I never thought that, because I grew up in a small town in Louisiana. Just, it was what it was. But now, like with my kids, I'm like, hey, the person that owns that business, they're just like you. They're just a person like you that took a risk and opened that business. But I want them to start thinking that you can be that person. Like, you don't have to go get the 9-to-5 job. There's other ways. There's other avenues that you're just closed off from because you're not thinking bigger.
Right.
So
you're kind of now doing for your kids what your grandfather did to you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm annoying about it, but mostly cool. My son. My daughter's too little, and I don't know if she'll ever work because she's definitely a little princess.
It's okay.
But we'll see. But my son's 9, and he's very, very smart, and so I start. Yeah, just cracking their mind open a little bit, because when they're in school, because he goes to public school right now, and when they're in school, it's like they're being taught how to get a job and how to, it's very basic, which is fine, but I want to show him another way, and I think as time goes, that's going to be more prominent. But again, I grew up in the 90s, so I'm a little bit older, and that wasn't prominent, right? That wasn't really an avenue.
Yeah. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 90. So close in age.
Did you grow up in the 90s? No, you did. You did partially.
I'm
kidding. I was born in 85, so yeah.
Close. Yeah. You're very close to Lauren's age.
Yeah.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah.
That's cool to hear about your grandfather. It inspired you, and the quote he was saying about you can do anything.
It blew my mind. I was like,
cool.
I can? What?
Yeah.
No one had ever told me that.
You don't. Yeah, because it's not
so
normal.
Basic. Yeah.
But it's so basic. But it's not normal to think like that or realize that. And that's what business and insurance and all the stuff we do now has taught me. Because we've done some really cool stuff that I never dreamed I would get a chance to do,
And insurance is so basic. It just gives you the raw materials of a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, insurance policy, script, here's some leads, go out there. And you just take this brick and mortar and you just keep building. And then one day you look up and you're like, I'm making this much money. Like I'm helping this many people. I'm mentoring these many people and they're changing their life. But it's so basic. And I love the simplicity of it. Again, it's not easy. But it's simple. And I just love the simplicity because I saw something the other day. It says anybody can overcomplicate things. The true genius and the true art is simplifying it, simplifying everything because everybody wants to make it harder and more complicated than it is.
I'm going to interrupt the podcast to tell you about our CABOOM leads that are literally blowing up. If you would love to never get disconnected numbers or wrong numbers ever again, then you will love our leads at CABOOM Leads. All of our lead types, we text the prospect a 6-digit security code. They go back in the funnel and put that in to verify that it is a real accurate cell phone number, and they've responded to a text message. We do this for all of our lead types. If you haven't tried CABOOM Leads, you can use coupon code PODCAST to get 10% off of your very first order at CABOOM, kaboomleads.com. Back to the show. Hey man, that's what drives me nuts about like even our space. There's a lot of, it could be recruiters or marketing companies that just try to confuse people so they need them, like that's how they sell, that's how they pitch, that's how they promote. And it just drives me nuts because it doesn't have to be like that.
I'm constantly telling my agents, like, you're overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
It's called procrastination. Oh, there's a word. Creative procrastination, and there's another word for it.
I think of like analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis, that's the word I was looking for. But I'm like, I literally say, you're my little Girl Scout. Here's your box of Girl Scout cookies. Go sell them. Like, and it's silly, but it's like, that's how basic this is,
Correct.
And you'll get better as you go, but you need to just keep it simple.
Why do we like to complicate it as human beings?
Because we don't want to do the work. We don't want to do the work.
Dang.
Because we know we're going to have to pick up the phone 100 times.
That cuts right through.
And we'll do anything to not have to do that because we know we have to do that day after day after day. But when you can get through that hump and say, yeah, but I'm going to make $1,000 a day or I'm going to make $2,000, then like you'll freaking do it. I mean, It is what it is. That's what it is.
That's so good. I always have this quote that I say. I don't know where I picked it up or just came up with it. I'm not really sure, but I've said it a lot over the years in just talking. Details delay. And I think it is because we're trying to delay the work we need to do. So we're trying to figure out the details. And some personalities just like to know everything and ask questions, 4,000 questions before they do anything. But that's not me for sure. But that's some of my sales reps, a lot of people. I think it is. It's delaying the inevitable. It's delaying the work. It's delaying the things we need to do. And we just get lost in the details instead.
But if you can fall in love with the process and fall in love with the work, and I know that sounds so lame, but that's what, do you want to make money? I mean, we're here to make money. And I tell my team and I tell my agents, this is 100% commission. You don't get paid for going to training. Yeah. You don't get paid for, sitting on the phone, water cooler talk. You get paid to sell policies.
Correct.
So, that's the thing I say to them over and over again is like, you just got to fall in love with the process. Like, I feel weird if I'm not on Zoom working with my team. I feel strange. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good vacation, but
sure,
I'm in love with the process and the work, and there's nowhere else that I would rather be like on a Tuesday morning. Yeah, sorry,
correct.
There's not.
Correct. I relate to that. Like, I'll be gone for like 8 days, and this place will pretty much run itself, honestly, which is amazing. Grateful for that. Business is in a really good spot. But then it'll be like, I'm back home, and it's like, well, yeah, I'm going to be there at the meeting at 7:30. Like somebody yesterday was like, was here. Oh yeah, it was a big founder of a huge company. He was like, do you used to come in every day? I'm like, yeah. Like, what do you mean? Do I come in every day? Like, it's a good sized company, but it ain't freaking Amazon, you know?
But you love what you do.
Correct.
You have a mission. You're passionate about it. I feel
Exactly.
I feel the same way.
And I feel like we're so, back to personal growth a little bit, like we're so far from where we can be, because every, year along the way, you should, and there's times where, life kicks you back a little bit and you take a step back and you go through some struggle, right? But I see a bigger vision of where it can get to. As it grows, so does the vision, really.
And that vision's pulling you forward, and so
Correct.
You're compelled to keep showing up. And that's the thing is, when I started, it was about the money. And don't get me wrong, I love making money.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
And you make pretty good money now. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm making pretty good money. Yeah, but it's funny, as you start making more money, it doesn't seem like so much, and then you're like, no, like the bar raises.
Yeah,
but
and it's weird. You probably find a way to use it, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's a problem. For sure.
Me too.
But when you get started, it is about the money. I remember when I started, I interviewed with my upline, and he said, how much money do you want to make? And I ask agents that now when I interview them, and I said, oh, if I could make $10K a month, that would be amazing. Then you make $10K a month, and you're like, this ain't enough. What?
Yeah, correct.
But as I've kind of gone on, and I'm not just saying this, it's become so much more than just the money. Like now it's like, but I want, it's not fun if only I'm making money. I want everyone to make money. I want everyone to be making minimum $20,000 a month, because I know that's when life opens up for you and you're out of survival mode and now you're in create mode. What can you create? Who can you become? Not just, oh my God, I got to pay these bills. And that's, if you're focusing on that, you're not able to really step into how you can impact others.
Yeah, correct.
So,
how do you keep, I've been thinking about this a lot these last few months with a lot of my talks and Zooms and workshops and retreats and road shows and all this stuff. And just in general, how do you keep, let's just say you're comfortable and things are going well. How do you keep growing, and what type of personal growth type stuff should you be doing, if any?
So how do you stay motivated to keep growing? I think one way is to have other people that you're helping to grow too. Because again, if you're the only one winning, it's not, you're not really winning.
True.
You're not winning. You need to have the people around you in a good spot. So
that
for
helps
instance,
a lot.
Yeah, when I started, my sister started about the same time as me, and I've watched her grow, and it's so fulfilling and rewarding to see, like, oh, she's in a good spot. When she started, her family wasn't in a good spot. They were struggling, but now they're in a good spot, and they're doing these things, and I'm so happy. And I can just tell, like, she's a different person. She's a calmer person. She's not afraid. She's not afraid of the bills or whatever. And so, but I need to help other people get there. And it is an inside job for them, but that's what my purpose is to bring up more winners. And I say, I want to be a winner factory, I want to make winners. Cool. And sometimes when you do that, you got to be a little, I always say, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I'll be your shot of whiskey, right? Or I'll be your shot of energy drink. I don't know. But I got to wake people up. I got to wake them up is kind of my purpose.
So important. So many people are so afraid. I've noticed this a lot, even more recently for some reason. So many people are afraid to get out of their comfort zone, to invest in themselves, to look stupid in front of other people. Like I was just at the Tony Robbins conference, and freaking for 4 days, everybody's just literally dancing and jumping up and down and screaming up and yelling.
So
it was freaking crazy. Well, I'm not the most comfortable person just like dancing in a crowd all the time. But dude, hours in, everybody's doing it. Before you know it, I'm like freaking jumping up and down. I'm waking up with cramps in my calf muscles because I jumped so much all day. And you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like to move. You feel good when you're moving and when you're, things are happening, and like, you're not just staying the same person, sit in the same place.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that, and two, back to the personal growth thing. Like I've been reading 10 minutes every morning because like historically I haven't liked to read, and I've told myself that too much, So what book should we all read in your opinion?
Oh my gosh. Let me think about that. I'll tell you what I do that has helped me tremendously to grow.
Cool.
First of all, I stopped listening to the radio. I don't listen when I'm in the car. I don't ever put on
There's
the
still
top.
a radio?
Yeah. I don't listen to like top music. I did get the Taylor Swift CD. I'm not a Swiftie, but I did do that.
New one?
Yeah, the new one. I liked it.
My wife listened to it in the house every day.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. But generally speaking, I don't listen to the regularly scheduled programming of the radio. I don't watch the shows everybody's watching. I'm not a Netflix-aholic. I don't watch most movies because I want to be really careful about what goes into my mind. And we are programmed to a certain extent.
Yep.
I think I'm a little bit sensitive in a lot of ways. And so if I watch something that's like negative or focused on just negativity,
yes,
it affects me and it kind of brings me down. And then my thoughts get kind of not positive. So sometimes it's not always about adding, it's subtracting. So I've subtracted that. The other thing that I've done that's really helped me is you don't realize how much your self-talk impacts. You're with me. You're with me.
Oh my gosh.
How much does your self-talk impact what you're capable of doing?
Yeah.
And I started realizing my whole life, I've been telling myself untrue things, terrible things that keep me small, things that keep me out of my power, thinking that other people are better than me or more powerful than me, when really, like, everybody has their own genius. Everyone can shine in their own way. But I was holding myself back. So what I do is I listen to a lot of like, there's an app called Activations I listen to. There's an app called Higher Self. And I listened to it. I listened to it this morning, and it's just talking. It's you telling yourself, positive truths about yourself instead of negative. And when you start doing that, things start changing for you. You're like, I can lead these people. I can be a leader. I can write a lot of business. I can work hard. But you don't realize you've been told your whole life you couldn't. Like my grandpa, when he said, the sky's the limit, you can do anything. I'm like, wait, what? It's like, put that on repeat in your mind every day and you will change.
Probably wish you had him in his voice on recording saying that.
I still remember him saying it, but yeah, like that would be cool.
That's cool.
As far as books, there are books I've read, but I've got a ton of them, but I'm really bad about not finishing books. I'm trying to think of
I was for historically my whole career. I was great buying them, great at starting them, terrible at finishing them.
Yeah, that's me.
I just finished my first full book in a long time, true story, a few weeks ago. And now I'm on halfway through the second book. I'm 109 pages into the second book. Yeah.
John Wetmore's book. I read that. I loved it. Actually made me cry, which probably shocks people that have read it. It did. I don't know why. Just his story. I loved it. He has a great story, and I recommend all my new agents read it. So that was a really good book because the biggest thing from that book is you look at other people that are successful, and he is by all accounts super successful in insurance. I mean, he's killed it. And you think they're different from you, and you think that they had it easy or they're special or they this, they that. And it's like, no.
Not that dude.
They just decided, and they were sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they were like, this is the pathway. This is the thing that's going to get me from A to B. That's right. And just locked in. And so I have all my agents read it. I really, that book comes to my mind. And then, I've read a ton of like other self-help, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read all of that, but nothing's standing out right now. So
That's awesome. No, that's okay. I've actually, it's funny you mentioned the Who Moved My Cheese or whatever.
I'm going to read that now.
It's on my nightstand. Yeah, it's literally on my nightstand. It's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Maybe that'll be the next book I start reading. I'll be done with this one in probably a week and a half. So on to the next one. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, though, just to wrap that question up, is I think most of people's success, you should read other people's books and you should learn from their experiences. But what I try to focus on is how can I better myself?
Yeah.
And so I read a lot of books that are like helping me identify ways that I can improve internally. I don't know. That's the journey I'm on right now.
Yeah.
Is just finding my blind spots and improving in that way.
Yeah.
There's definitely books that help you do that, but
for sure.
It's not so much like, oh, I read this book and this guy did it this way, so I'm going to do that. There's a lot of books out there.
Oh, there's so many. I think I'm going to get the Bible in a year and try to like read the Bible every day and finish it a whole year.
Yeah.
Because my grandma used to read the Bible every morning when I would like sleep over, hang out in the summer, whatever, come in, she'd be literally reading there. And she would read the whole Bible every year.
Wow.
She'd read for 8, 10, 12 minutes a day. And she would read the whole Bible in a year, every year for years. Crazy. But I saw discipline, consistency, always showed up and did her thing, like it was cool.
Yeah.
You talk about self-talk, which, gosh, it's so important. So many people struggle with. What negative self-talk have you always said to Mallory?
How much time do you have?
2 hours. That's a great response. That's funny.
Yeah, just I think the biggest one that people deal with is they think they're not enough. When I see people on my team, oh my God, I wish they could see themselves the way I see them. I'm like, she's awesome. She can do so much in this industry. She is a star. Like I'm thinking about someone right now, but I feel this way about so many of them. And I wish that they could see themselves the way that I see them.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to do that for yourself too.
True. Hard at certain times in life, you know?
Yeah. But for me, I think of people that way because I know kind of how I started, and I'm still working through it. I'm not there yet. I haven't arrived or anything, but I'm a lot better than I was for a year.
Pretty excited and positive, though.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I'm working on it, yeah. But I think the main thing is just everyone thinks they're not enough. Everyone thinks they're lacking something, and there's a reason that they can't be Cody Askins.
Sure.
There's a reason they can't be Mallory Kroos or whoever. I'm just saying my name. But you can be, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. And always thinking something bad's going to happen. That was like a big thing for me is like, oh God, something bad is around the corner. Why don't you start expecting growth? Why don't you start expecting success? Why don't you believe you're on the right path instead of the wrong path? Another one that I'm working on is
so good.
Life is for you, not against you. Because so many people, when they start in insurance, they're usually at a low point in life, which is a lot of fun for me. And they think everything is against them. Life is against them. And if you can just change that one perspective, instead of saying life is against me, that no, life is for me. And I'm on my way somewhere. And this is a part of it. And I've had this conversation with a lot of agents.
So good.
And when I tell them that, they like, it's like groundbreaking. Like, what? But I remember when I was going through that period that I told you where I was really restless, I felt really lost. It was around COVID. And I know a lot of people during that time, they were doing a lot of like looking within. It was a time of everybody kind of like taking stock of their life because we had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And I remember I read some book from some spiritual, her name was Gabrielle something, I don't know. But what she said was the universe has your back. And I remember at the time, we had never owned a house. And I felt like such a loser. So I was in my 30s. I'm married with a kid. I think I was pregnant at the time. I didn't have a house. And I guess we didn't have a down payment or something was going on.
An apartment or what?
We were renting a house.
Yeah, we're renting a house.
But we didn't have I didn't think we had the means to buy a house. And I felt so bad. And I just was like, when am I going to, as a young mother, it's like, I want a house for my family. This was before insurance, obviously. And I remember reading this book, and the message from the book was, the universe has my back. I wrote that on a card, and I put it on my kitchen window. I had a beautiful view of Pinnacle Peak in Scottsdale, and I saw it every day. But I was retraining my brain. Instead of thinking that everything was against me, that really, and when you say the universe, you can say God. God has my back. Sure. But when you start seeing the world through that lens, it's different than the lens of everything goes wrong for me. I can't get a break. I can't get traction. And when I work with new agents, and what I did with myself is retraining your brain and your self-talk and your mindset. Because if you don't have the right mindset, the blueprint's not going to work for you. Yeah. Right?
Gosh, that's good. So good. Why did Mallory Kroos not think she was enough?
Oh my God, is this therapy? Yeah. I could find a lot of reasons for that. I think if we want to take it back, so I'm from a very small town in Louisiana.
What city?
Slidell.
Slidell.
It's outside of New Orleans, across the lake. Yeah.
Yep, I've heard of it.
Very small town, maybe like 30,000 people.
Okay.
I got really sick when I was a kid. I was about 6 years old, almost died from pneumonia.
Oh my gosh.
I have a scar on my neck.
Wow.
From this whole ordeal. Then after that, I had hip problems. I had 2 hip surgeries. I literally never tell this story, so this is weird. I had 2 hip surgeries before the age of like 10 or 11.
Goodness gracious.
Then my parents decided they were going to homeschool me, and I was like a really social person, so I didn't understand why I was going to be homeschooled. I came from a really religious family. There's 6 of us, 6 kids. So they decided to homeschool me, so I felt like something's wrong with me because I'm being taken outside of the school. So I was kind of like, I was doing school at home. And this was before homeschool was like cool and trendy like it is now. Before Angelina Jolie did it or whoever, now everybody homeschools. And I think it's great. But at the time, it was very, very niche. So that kind of made me feel like, what's wrong with me? So all these things, getting sick, the hip surgeries, I had to like go to physical therapy my whole childhood.
Goodness gracious.
I think that's where I got a lot of the grit that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
It also made me okay with marching to the beat of my own drum, being homeschooled and just being like, oh, there's other ways to do things and you can be okay. But yeah, it made me feel weird, made me feel different. And so I think that was the self-talk. But I went from being homeschooled all through high school, all through regular school. I think it was like 3rd grade and on, 4th grade and on. I went straight to college, LSU.
Wow.
Yeah, straight from homeschool to college.
That's a culture shock.
Yeah. It was awesome, though.
Yeah, you loved it?
I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, because I was part of something
and
again. And I'm like,
you said you were social, you know.
Yeah, it was social. I had a great time. And then I probably liked it so much, I'm like, let's get a master's degree. Let's keep this going.
Wow.
But yeah, there was a lot of self-talk, a lot. And when I look back, I see that in myself, but I didn't know at the time. So I try to help people identify that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people deal with shame. A lot of people deal with feeling like they're not enough. And it seems like a huge mountain to climb, but really it's just, like you say, reading 10 minutes a day. It's talking to yourself different 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It really makes a world of the difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's amazing what you can rewire, you know, if you just start paying attention to the stuff that you're around, that you're listening to, that you're saying, all those things that you're talking about they definitely turn us into someone we want to or don't want to be. And then before you know it, because life happens quick, and before you know it, you know, you've been hanging around the wrong friends for 3 years.
Yeah.
It started with the first night, and you're like, yeah, wow, this is a little extreme. I don't know about this. We're getting drunk all the time, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And 3 years later, you're still hanging out with the same people.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe I should fix
Or
this.
settling for a job that's not really lighting you up, or settling for money when you know, you deserve more, you want more, you want a better life. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that'll really help you with your self-esteem is selling a policy every day. Because that's what I did. I came into insurance and I just worked really hard. And when you have that track record, then you're like, oh, I am good at this. I am good at something. And you just, what I say is just don't say tomorrow, focus on today.
That's right.
Stack up your todays. Just stack them up. And then you're going to look around and go, wow, I'm pretty good at this. And that'll help you also with your self-talk. So.
Amen. Yeah. Confidence is the memory of success. So when you can stack up some small wins, it can definitely grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can definitely grow. If they want to learn more and stay connected to Mallory Kroos, also this took a different turn today, but really good and really enjoyed it. Also, we've had other interviews with Mallory where she like walked through how she made 245 in 4 months or 620 in 12.
Yeah. Check out those other interviews.
Yes.
And I'll be back.
Always, I'll be back. Yes. If they want to continue to watch and learn and even, talk, what should they do or where should they go?
Yes. I love Instagram. People message me all the time that see me on the podcast. Cool. At the Mallory Kroos. My last name is spelled Kroos, not the other way you think it is. At the Mallory Kroos. And then my agency is at Uplift Agencies. So
great name.
Find me there. Yeah.
It's cool. We're about to jump and ask some additional questions for the extended edition of the podcast for CA Studios. And so thank you for being on the Power Player podcast once again. An amazing job to finally have you in person.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Such an amazing episode. So fun. So many golden nuggets. Like literally, if you guys go through this and think through all the stuff that we talked about, there are so many golden nuggets. There's an MBA in business and insurance in the last 40 minutes from someone who has an MBA and someone who doesn't.
And that one was a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Amen to that. Goodness gracious. Right. And even CA Studios is only $99. So it's like, oh, okay. So we're about to ask additional questions for CA Studios. If you want to check it out, you can. Ultimate Agent Show just released. 8% conference recordings, courses, all the stuff we've done, extra content behind the scenes. You can check out all of that and become a member and support what we do at castudios.tv. We'll see you on the next episode of the Power Player Podcast. CABOOM.